Maturity is a high price to pay for growing up. As long as you're green, you're growing. As soon as you're ripe, you start to rot. The trick is growing up without growing old. Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Most people don't grow up. Most people age. They find parking spaces, honor their credit cards, get married, have children, and call that maturity. What that is aging. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. When they tell you to grow up, they mean stop growing. Parents can only give good advice or put them on the right paths, but the final forming of a person's character lies in their own hands. Growing older is not upsetting. Being perceived as old is. It takes years to learn the difference between who to let go and who to be patient with. The same way it takes years to know what you deserve and what you don't. So hang in there. Growth and experience come with time. The mark of the immature man is that he wants to die nobly for a cause, while the mark of the mature man is that he wants to live humbly for one. Growing up is losing some illusions in order to acquire others. Growing up happens in a heartbeat. One day you're in diapers. The next day you're gone. But the memories of childhood stay with you for the long haul. Growing apart doesn't change the fact that for a long time we grew side by side. Our roots will always be tangled. I'm glad for that. My mother, she is beautiful, softened at the edges, and tempered with a spine of steel. I want to grow old and be like her. Growing up happens when you start having things you look back on and wish you could change. Don't you find it odd, she continued, that when you're a kid, everyone, all the world, encourages you to follow your dreams. But when you're older, somehow they act offended if you even try. Wasn't it beautiful when you believed in everything? Growing old is unavoidable, and never growing up is possible. I believe you can retain certain things from your childhood if you protect them. Certain traits, certain places where you don't let the world go.